welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 92 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Can we get to 100 by election day? Please like this video and subscribe down below. Also hit that notification bell for any future videos that will be coming from this YouTube channel. Also, please subscribe to my Twitter account, or please follow my Twitter account at Legacy Politics, and follow my Instagram account at Legacy Politics as well. Today we're going to be talking about what happens if Joe Biden wins the White House, what happens if Joe Biden wins the presidency, his most logical path to the presidency, and what it means for 2024 with the GOP. So a lot to dive into today in this Monday edition of Legacy Politics. Alright, here looking at the demographic Swingo meter from Cook County Report. I'll actually put this in the link below for a good thing for you to kind of play with, just for fun. It's about demographic groups. So you have white non-college graduates, what percentage of the vote they'll get. White college graduate, what percent of the vote they'll get. Black African Americans, what percent of the vote they'll get. Hispanic Latino votes, what percent of the vote they'll get, and so on and so forth down the list. And right now, Cook County Political Report has Joe Biden winning the White House 307 to 231. I disagree with this. I don't think Biden's going to win Florida. I just don't see it anyway. And they have the Black and African Americans at 92% to 8%. I've seen some polling that had Donald Trump winning Black and African Americans at 18%, which would ineffectively win him the White House and pretty much the popular vote too. But I think it's going to be more like 12%. That's what or rather 14% there, and that'll give President Trump the win. But regardless, we'll just play it like they have it at 92% and say that this is the way. This is the way that President Joe Biden can win the White House at 307 to 231. Once again, I'll show you my way of the way I think that Joe Biden can win the White House, and we'll look at it here. This is the most logical map to me that how Joe Biden wins. He takes Michigan and Pennsylvania and he flips Arizona. That to me is what he should be striving for. He shouldn't be striving for Texas. He shouldn't be striving for Florida or North Carolina. He should be going for Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Arizona, and that's what he's doing. He's campaigning very hard there in Pennsylvania and Arizona because he knows that he will most likely hold Minnesota. In his mind, he'll most likely hold Minnesota and Michigan. He'll flip Michigan from blue to red, and he just needs Pennsylvania and Arizona to get the White House. So this is my most likely scenario that Joe Biden, if he wins, this is what it will be. And I think that if he wins, it'll send the GOP in a scared frenzy. You'll see a lot of things like, I'm scared for the American public. I'm scared for this and this and this and that. But I think the Republicans need to get focused for 2024. And a lot of people think that Donald Trump, if he loses in 2020, he will run again in 2024. I don't personally think he should run in 2024. I think that if Donald Trump loses, he should just cut his costs and say, I'm done. I want to go back to my billionaire business. I did the best I could for this country, and they rejected me. I think that that's fine, and I accept that. I accept for what Donald Trump has done, but we do have to talk about what happens if Biden wins. I personally don't think Biden will make it for all the way through the 4 years, so I think Kamala Harris will be president by the time 2024 rolls around, so I think that's who is going to have the ticket, President Kamala Harris, and Vice President, I'm not sure. I think possibly Angelina Ocasio-Cortez could be her Vice President. That's what I'm going to have in a few minutes when we talk about it. But let me go through the few ways that the Republicans can combat a Joe Biden presidency. First, you have to control the Senate. That's a very important thing. Number one, you have to control the Senate. You have to control the Senate. That way, they can't pass most of the laws they want. So I don't think it's a end all be all if Joe Biden wins, because as long as the Republicans control the Senate, there's not much Joe Biden can really do, because most bills have to go through the Senate. So that's a very important thing. That's why I'm telling everybody, you have to vote down ballot. No matter what state you're in, don't just vote for Trump. You have to vote down ballot. It's so important. So I think number one is hold the Senate and then try to flip the House in 2018. That way, he can't really do anything. That's why Donald Trump is in a stance right now. He can't really do anything because he can't get bills passed through the House because he doesn't have the House. So that's what the thing is right now. If Joe Biden wins, but also have a strong base for 2024. I'm going to be going through some of my suggestions to the GOP if they ever watch this video of who I think they should consider as the GOP nomination. And this will be actually the first time I'll get to ever vote in a 2024 presidential election in 2024. I'm just a few weeks off from voting in this election. I wasn't able to make the cut, but I will be able to vote in 2024. So let me just give you some of the ones that I would be okay with for voting. First, Tom Cotton, the senator from Arkansas. What a patriot. I believe he spoke in the RNC and gave a great speech in the RNC. Tom Cotton, the senator of Arkansas. Ted Cruz, the senator of Texas. He's a senator, Ted Cruz. He's been a proud supporter of the president not from day one, but from ever since he was elected, and ever since we've gone through all these shams, the impeachment sham, everything that they've been doing to the president. Ted Cruz has been behind, and I think that Trump supporters could really get behind someone like Ted Cruz. Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, another great supporter of the president. He doesn't agree with the president on everything, but he is a supporter of him, and I think it's another thing that Republicans could get out to vote for him, especially it'd be key because Florida is adding electoral votes in 2024, which we'll be talking about in a few minutes. Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, another very important person for presidency. It's really, really great what he has done in Ohio. Really great. Put that state in a great position to be red for a long time, Republican for a long time. He'll get behind her. A kind of an outlier maybe is Nikki Haley, former ambassador to the United Nations. Nikki Haley could be president. She could run for president. I would probably not vote for her in the primaries, but I would support her if she was the nominee. Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State right now, supports the president. He's a great supporter of the president. He was the first Secretary of State in a long time to ever speak at an RNC, unprecedented. Ivanka Trump, businesswoman. She's a great person. What a patriot. The way we already know what Donald Trump has done for this country because he was a businessman. Could you imagine a businesswoman in the Oval Office, what she could do for this country? The person who I personally want and who would like to see run is Tucker Carlson. Now, this might come as a stretch to a lot of people, but I really think that Tucker Carlson could finish what Trump has started, finish the American First movement. And I think that a lot of people don't think that, but a lot of people also didn't think that Donald Trump would be president. And so I really think that Tucker Carlson, he has more than 5 million people tune into his show every single night. And he's not so far to the right that people would, bash him, and all the media attacks on him, he would know how to handle them because he's in the media. He would be giving sound, logical explanations as he does every single night on Tucker Carlson tonight. I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I think that he could finish what Trump has started. That's who I want to run, and I would definitely vote for. But another person which I will be talking about for this video, who I think will get the GOP nomination, is Mike Pence. Mike Pence is Trump's vice president, and I think it's very logical for him to run in 2024 and win the GOP primary and win the nomination and go up against Kamala Harris in the presidential election and have a rematch of the vice presidential debate that we saw a few nights ago. So that's what we're going to be talking about. What would happen at possible 2024 presidential election. As you can see on this map, you may actually see some electoral votes that are different, such as Florida has 31 electoral votes in 2024, and they have just 29 in 2020. And Texas, 41 electoral votes in 2024, and Texas 38 in 2020. And Arizona has 12, and they have 11 now. California is actually losing an electoral vote. Ohio's losing an electoral vote. Pennsylvania's losing an electoral vote. Minnesota's losing an electoral vote. Michigan's losing an electoral vote. North Carolina's gaining one. So you're seeing a lot of trends, and that's because of the census and the reason that's how electoral votes are. You have all the House seats plus your Senate seats. So each state gets 2 Senate seats, if I'm correct, and then your House seats are based on how many. What your population is. So California is actually losing a House seat in this cycle. Regardless, let's just fill out all the safe states. Let's just go through a hypothetical 2024 presidential election. Kamala Harris and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for the Democratic ticket, and Mike R. Pence and Joshua Hawley. as the Republican ticket. So I think that Washington, let's get that off. Let's fill it. All right, Washington, Oregon, California, all going safe to the Democrats. New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Illinois, all safe for the Democrats. I also think that Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, I almost said Notre Dame, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska's at large, District 1, District 3, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and West Virginia, all safe for, and Alaska and Hawaii all safe for both candidates. Nevada would go right into the Democratic column, probably by a safe margin, just because of what Kamala Harris stands for, and that's just a really far left ticket. So I think Nevada would be going there. They would also win Arizona. Arizona's trending left. This is probably the last time that I can see the Republicans winning it in a long time in this cycle. In 2024, they would win New Mexico by a comfortable margin. They would win Colorado by a comfortable margin. The Republicans would win Texas by probably a tilt margin. It'd be really close. Texas is trending left remarkably to some people don't understand that, but it is trending left. Let me put it in. I'll put it in the lean Republican for right now. Lean Republican for Mike Pence and Josh Hawley for their ticket. So 165 to 212. Florida would probably be going to Mike Pence. I can see Florida going to Mike Pence by a comfortable margin there in Florida, especially if Donald Trump endorses them, which he will. Georgia will probably go to Kamala Harris. Like I said, they're seeing a lot of trends going to the Democrats in some of these states that have been longtime Republican states. So Georgia probably goes to Kamala Harris. North Carolina stays in the Republican column for now. Virginia is solid Democrat. Maine's at large is probably won by Mike Pence. Mike Pence will probably win Maine's at large and Maine's 2nd district because Maine is trending right now, and Kamala Harris will stay safe in Maine's 2nd. Trump will win New Hampshire in 2020, and Mike Pence will definitely keep that. Mike Pence will also win Iowa and Ohio. And then it'll come down to these states, as it always does, is we're actually tied in the election 242 to 242. I think Kamala Harris will win Minnesota, and it's 9 electoral votes. I think Wisconsin is trending to the right. Mike Pence would win Wisconsin. Kamala Harris would win Pennsylvania and Michigan to become the president of the United States in 2024 because it's just a trend. I mean, and Mike Pence would take Nebraska 2nd. It's just a trend. I think that you see that because a lot of you're seeing it. It's just history. It's past precedent that if you have, I guess that, the past precedent is that a current president, if you have 2 terms Republican, then it's going to go Democrat. And you could make an argument that, we're saying, hypothetically, if Joe Biden wins, I think that if Joe Biden wins, Kamala Harris still wins, even if that past president, because I just don't see Mike Pence winning the presidency. I don't think he's presidential. He doesn't drive out the same base that Donald Trump would, or Tucker Carlson would, or some of these other people that I mentioned would. He just doesn't drive out that base enough. So that's why I think Kamala Harris would win the presidency. It'd be a disaster. I don't even know. I can't even imagine that. But if it was versus Mike Pence, she would win the presidency. If it was, this is 4 years from now, so it could change a lot. I don't even know what's going to happen in this election. This is what I would say would happen right now if Mike Pence went up against Kamala Harris in the presidency. And you can talk to me all about, Mike Pence might destroy her in debates and all that. Well, yes, but we have to look at trends. We have to look at the trends in the states. Arizona's going left. Georgia's going left. North Carolina's going left. Wisconsin's going right. Michigan's going right. Pennsylvania's going right. But Kamala Harris could drive out the base more than Mike Pence could. So that's basically all I have for the video today. Just talking about what would happen if Biden wins. If Biden wins, like this thing is talking about, the demographic swingometer, guys, it could happen, and we have to prepare ourselves for a Joe Biden presidency, and we cannot be, we can't be discouraged. We have to stand together as Americans and trust that truth will prevail. And if Joe Biden wins, then we'll have to come together as Americans. We've come through worse than Joe Biden. So I think we'll be fine if Joe Biden wins. I don't think he'll win, but I'm telling you, prepare yourself that he does win. That's why I'm putting this video out, because the consensus right now is that Donald Trump's just going to win no matter what. I'm telling you, prepare yourself for a Joe Biden presidency, because it can happen. Donald Trump barely won in 2016. Granted, he's looking better than he was in 2016 in this election, but this map right here is a very likely map. This can happen. And it's even more likely that Joe Biden can take, I mean, not more likely, but it is also likely that Joe Biden can win the whole entire Rust Belt here. And he'll win even a further margin. So I'm just telling you all, prepare for a Joe Biden presidency. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not predicting it's happening. But it is, hypothetically can happen. So just prepare yourself for a Joe Biden presidency. And like I said, in 2024, if we elect Mike Pence as our presidential nominee, I don't think he'll get over the top. Now, I don't know who the Democratic nominee will be. If it's Kamala Harris, I don't think Mike Pence will do it. But if it is like Pete Buttigieg or Cory Booker, I don't know. Mike Pence could beat them. So I don't know. That's 4 years from now. I don't really want to think about that now. Let's focus on this election. Let's focus on winning this election. But yeah, so that's the video today. If Biden wins, just prepare yourself. I'm a devout Christian, so I trust that no matter what happens, God will always prevail. God is over this country. I believe that with all my heart, and my faith is not in Donald Trump. My faith is in Jesus Christ alone, and that's what I hold to. And I pray that every woman and man can hold to that truth as well. So that's what I hold to my truth is. My faith is not in Donald Trump. My faith is in Jesus Christ. So that's my just kind of encouragement to y'all today as I do my Mondays thing, if Biden wins. So, all right. So thank y'all for watching this video. On Thursday, I'm going to be doing an interview with a guest. We're going to be talking with John Tofte this Thursday, and we're going to be, so tune into that. We're going to be talking a lot, and we'll be interviewing him, John Tofte, so just be looking for that. Also, next Monday, we'll be doing What If Trump Wins? So we did If Biden Wins today, and then If Trump Wins next Monday. So those are my next two videos planned. Please like this video. Please subscribe down below and hit that notification bell. We are almost there, guys. 100 subscribers, but we're also almost there to the most important election ever. 22 days left until the presidential election, election night 2020. I will be live streaming the election, so be looking for that. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you for watching this video. Legacy Politics, out.